The Senate notes that one of the primary functions of the Nigerian police personnel, among other things, is to facilitate the free passage and movement on highways, roads, and streets open to the public. Further, notes that Section 49, Sub 1 of the Police Act 2020 as amended empowers the police to conduct stop and search, while Subsection 2 empowers them to search and detain any person or vehicle where reasonable grounds for suspicion exist. Observe that Nigerian police force, which has one of its primary duty to facilitate the free passage and movement of commuters and motorists on public roads, has taken undue advantage by resorting to extortion, intimidation, and harassment of motorists. And worried that the continuous intimidation, harassment, torture that ordinary Nigerians pass through in the hands of these security agencies, especially Nigerian Police Force, accordingly resolves to mandate the Inspector General of Police and heads of other security agencies to direct their officers and men to stop forthwith the extortion, intimidation, and harassment of motorists and commuters on the highways as well as public roads. Thank you, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. I urge you to support this people-oriented motion. Thank you, sir.
To Ishaku Abo, I represent the good people of Adamawa North. I am on my feet to second this motion ably moved, read, and presented to the Senate by distinguished Senator Nwaboi. Also, the President of the Senate. This is a straightforward motion. The essence of the law is to maintain the law, not to break the law. I have been one of the greatest supporters of the police in this Senate. Time has come for the police to begin to reform.
Distinguished Senator, you have to first second the motion, and thereafter we'll go into the debates.
You see, I don't trust people like Sani Musa close to me. His voice has been high that I just second and go. I second the motion, distinguished colleagues. Thank you.
The motion has been moved and seconded.
The issue of exhortation of motorists is not only limited to the Nigerian police, but also other uniformed personnel are in the habit of using their uniforms to intimidate, harass, and extort Nigerian citizens who they are actually employed to protect. I had a course a few weeks ago to write a letter to the acting Control General of Customs because of similar issues. Mr. President, it's a straightforward motion that comes with only one resolution. That is to call on the IG of police to direct his men to stop this wanton act. I want to lend my voice, Mr. President, that the police should reform itself. We want a police that can work. We want to support the police to work. But a situation where the people we are supporting are actually not having the support of the masses because of their activities. The issue of only stop and search as the only way to maintain security on our ways have to stop. The IG of police have to come up with new ways through which security can be enhanced through use of technology, CCTV cameras, and the rest of it, but not just to mount a roadblock, to cause unnecessary traffic, to ask you to park your car, to demand your driver's license. When you give driver's license, they ask you to bring this paper. At the end of the day, it will end up of giving 200 naira or 500 naira. The police need to reform itself so that we will continue to support the police to protect all of us. Thank you, Mr. President.
Distinguished Senator Jimmy Kuta.
representing the good people of Taraba South, Kororofa Kingdom. Mr. President, this motion is very straight. Let me add my voice to it. I know what prompts my distinguished colleague Nwaboyi to move this motion is what is going on the social media, how a policeman run on a citizen of this country. This act is barbaric for a law enforcement officer to do it. And we are aware, I saw it in the news, that the IG summoned them to Abuja. That is not enough. This thing is done in public in somewhere in Edo State, and we demand a panel of inquiry, public hearing on how the police will go about to take disciplinary measure to those policemen that they did that act. It's very, very barbaric. It's something that when I saw it yesterday, I was very moved to tears. So, Mr. President, this motion is very serious, and we should not allow the police to sweep this matter under the carpet as usual. Thank you, distinguished colleagues.
Dear colleagues, I fully support this motion, but I want to paint a scenario for all the senators here and Nigerians who are watching us. Imagine a situation where you are in a bus and it comes to a checkpoint. Whether it is raining, whether the sun is shining, the police insist that everybody in that bus must come out and walk across the checkpoint with their hands held high. Whether you're a mother, whether you're a grandmother, whether you're carrying a suckling baby, this is what happens in the Southeast. So the matter that the distinguished Senator Nwebonyi has brought out today is not just the fact of extortion. It also includes the dehumanization of Nigerians who have committed no offense than the fact that they are traveling from one point to the other. And the Nigerian police knows this, not just the police. Every checkpoint, even the ones by the military or Air Force or all that, they do exactly the same thing. So you imagine in this rainy season, you come to a checkpoint, they ask all of you to come down. You now walk through the rain, and then the car will drive past, then you will all enter. So the point really, for me, is not just to say, ask the IG, just like Senator Ume has said, not just to ask the IG. When the time comes for when we will talk about the prayers, I will also add this prayer, that the dehumanization should stop. I so submit.
To this very, very important motion, and to commend the mover, and to emphasize that this motion is apt and very, very much appropriate. Mr. President, the fact remains that the main function of the police is to maintain law and order and safeguard the lives and property of the people of this country. That's why it's always said that the policeman is a friend to everyone. And the police force is supposed to be consist of men and women of integrity, people that have good track record, and have shown that they are people that are worthy to be in the Nigerian police force. And there's no doubt, we have wonderful men and women in the Nigerian police. But yet, just like any other organization, you also have the bad eggs, not even the bad eggs, the rotten eggs. And they are the ones that are causing serious image problem for the Nigerian police. What I saw in the social media, where a human being was handcuffed
and a vehicle passed or was drove on that person is highly inhuman. And this Senate, the highest assembly in this country, must get rid of that matter. We shouldn't leave it to be investigated by the police alone. We must investigate. We can't allow this kind of thing to continue. Those who have hands, the man who drove that vehicle, and those who were around, we must get them and we must investigate this matter. And besides that, we should call on the IG. The extortion going on our highways should stop. Yes, there are good reasons to have roadblocks in order to enhance our security. But then, those who are bent in creating bad image for the police through extortion must be dealt with. Mr. President, I so submit.